Hello everyone. It's Friday evening. Today is the 11th of October 2024, and I'm very excited to have you all here with me. I see there's been some good old chat happening in the chat box. You guys have been at it for a while now. Goodness me. I see Marilyn was on here very early, as was Margaret and Sheila. Hello ladies. And Suzanne, you were pretty early today too. And Cherie was here before 6 o'clock. Goodness me. and all the problems in the world will be solved, you said. Well, no, not really. But at least we get to forget about them for a little while. So how about that? Will we accept that as a good deal? Okay. I'm looking at all the names and there's too many people for me to name everybody. Just can't be done. But I want to say welcome to everyone. If you haven't been here with me before, my name is Linda Dolke. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and I love to come on here every Friday evening my time. This is Sydney time. And every Sunday evening, and we just go live and we create. And I never know what we're going to end up with, and neither does anybody else. Occasionally, I plan ahead and have something super organized, but most of the time, it's make it up as we go. What do you guys think? Do you guys prefer it when I have something planned in advance? I mean, I have a rough idea of, Sheila, you were correct. That is what we are doing tonight. Yes, it's still sketch night. And even though we finished all the sketches in the annual catalogue last Friday night, we're going to go with the ones that are in the mini now. So you are correct. Oh, Roz, hi. Goodness me, did you survive? You're still with us. I'm so happy to hear that. And I see a few other people. Barbara said she was thinking of you as well and is glad you're safe. So did Milton come close to you? Or Helene, either of those? I think Helene you said did, but Milton was only a couple of days ago, so I've been wondering how you go. Hey, Jamie, nice to see you. It's been a while. Hi. And Cherie is here. Suzanne's here. Yay, we got a good crowd. All right. So, yes, I am going to start doing sketches in the mini. And I'm actually probably going to do two tonight because we'll have a look at them. There's both tag sketches and card sketches. Now, sometimes you could probably combine those, but I'm thinking we could probably get away with doing both tonight. Oh, Milton was very close to you. Was it scary? Are you scared when there's a big storm like that coming? I've never really had to deal with anything like that in my lifetime. We've had some big storms, but nothing like the devastation that has been some of the really big, well-known ones. My brother-in-law, so my husband's brother, lives just outside of New Orleans. Now, he didn't live in New Orleans when Katrina hit. That's 2004, I think now, or something crazy. It's ages and ages ago. But they're still cleaning up from that thing. That's just nuts. And the reason that my brother-in-law is down there is because he has a demolition business, and they are still helping in the cleanup from Katrina all those years ago. So it's a really long time. I might have the year wrong, but I know it's a really long time. Oh, look at you, Megan. You made it on time. I'm very impressed. Remembering daylight saving. I know, right? You have what do you have? Oh, excellent. I'll be right into that, Cherie. I love a good sketch. You've got a whole book of sketches by the sound of things. It has been a while, Jamie, but I think of you all the time and I see your posts, and I'm sorry you lost your kitty cat the other day. I'm very sorry to see that. That's very sad. Oh, you got to see Cookie today. Yes. Do you realize he's now, I believe he's 25 years old. I really probably need to sit down and work it out, but I'm pretty sure he's 25 now. And probably not that far off 26 actually. So cockatiels are meant to live between 25 and 30 years. So I do worry. I notice he's having a lot more naps during the day than he ever used to, and that, maybe that's just normal. But he still likes to come out for a cuddle every now and then. Hey, Ellen, nice to see you. Hey, Leslie. Great to have you girls all here. That's fabulous. Oh, indeed, Nicole. Well, I still remember in 1974, Christmas 1974 was when Cyclone Tracy hit Darwin, and I was not, obviously, I lived down in Sydney then, but I still remember it. I remember it being all over the television, and it was pretty crazy. And yeah, I remember that whole thing. Megan, you can see Cookie too. Are you not in my private group? You can go watch the video. I put it in there earlier today. And if you're not a member of the private group, you need to go and get in there because it's for anyone who's in Australia. How about I put up the address so people can find it? This is the name of the group on Facebook. It's called Linda Dolke's Private Stampin' VIP Group. And if you are in Australia, you can be in the group. Doesn't matter if you're a demonstrator, doesn't matter if you're a customer or you're not, doesn't matter. It's for anyone who's in Australia can be part of that. And there is some questions to answer when you go in, and that flags it for me that that I should approve you if you have answered the questions. So there you go. That's the group. If you want to head over there, there's some really cool stuff in there. Today I just happened to have Cookie out of the cage, and so I did a little video of him getting some cuddles, and that was nice. Is Lynn with us tonight? Lynn Holland, are you here? The reason I'm asking is because Lynn's in Darwin, and I'm wondering, were you in Darwin then, Lynn? Were you there at that time? So there you go. Oh, that's really sad. I'm sorry, Jamie. But you're not in Australia, Sheila. I know. I'm so sorry. The reason I have that is because it's really for people who, I can promote Stampin' Up product in that group, and people can purchase through me there. So, and I'm only allowed to have Australian customers. Also, if I do giveaways, then it's local postage and not overseas postage. So that's another reason why I do that. You were there, Lynn. Was it scary? I bet it was. Were you very much affected by that? I imagine everyone was affected if you were in Darwin at that time. Anyway, Roz, we're really glad to hear that you're doing okay. I'm looking back to see if I've missed any comments from you. Crazy scary. Yeah, exactly. You can only prepare then pray, said Roz. It's nature. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's nothing anyone can do about that. And Judy's saying she's been praying for everyone in the path of the hurricanes. So yeah, we know it's been a scare. Are they predicting any more? Hopefully not. Let's take that banner down. Okay, let's get crafting. I'm going to switch over to the desk, and here's our mini catalogue. So remember in this one, we've been working through the sketches. Every Friday night we've been doing a sketch, and they've been on 22. I'm going to show them to you, even though we're not doing any of these tonight, because they're down the bottom here, okay? So if ever you're looking for inspiration, this is a great place to go. And it's really easy to remember because there's 22 sketches on page 22, okay? So that's super, super easy. And the reason that I'm showing you these again is because sometimes you just don't have the inspiration. You sit down with your stuff, you think, I'd like to make a card, and you think, I don't know what to do. So this is a really great way to go. Pick out a layout that you like the look of, or a sketch that you like the look of, and then create something using that as inspiration. And yeah, it was, I think this is just such a great way to go. And it really helps me on a Friday night when I don't know what I want to do. Sometimes I think to myself, oh my goodness, what am I going to show the girls tonight? This has made it so easy for me, and it will make it easy for you. Megan said, let's use Humble Home again. Okay, well, if that's what you would like, then that's what I will do. Let's see the other people feeling the same way. The lightning strikes were the worst. Oh, goodness me. You're talking about Cyclone Tracy. So you remember that? Wow. Well, it's always easy to know how old I was, usually anyway, in any given year, because I was, my years of schooling followed the years, so in 1971, I was in first class. In 1974, I was in fourth class. So it's really, really easy for me to work out exactly what I was doing in any particular year straight off the top. So you were 5. Megan, I was slightly older than you. I was in fourth class. So I would have been about 7 or 8, probably about 8. So yeah, I think I was. I would have been 8 turning 9. That's what I would have been. So yeah, and it was Christmas. So yeah, I would have been 9. So yeah, I have pretty good memory of that. Look at you all talking and chatting. I love seeing that. All right. So what we're going to do is it's not quite as easy to remember as page 22 on 22, but in this catalogue, it's on 16, okay? And there's more than 16 sketches, okay? So there's 20, in fact. So we have some that are tags, and you can see there's a tag here, and then this one's a card sketch. Now, there's nothing to say you can't use a tag sketch for a card. Of course you can. Or you could put a tag on a card. Those look really cool. But I thought we might do these first two here tonight. And I've pulled out a few dies that I think are going to work with this. So that would work really well. You can copy and print the sketches off a little larger, cut them up and put them into an inspiration jar. That's a great idea, Nicole. Fabulous. I do a team challenge with my team. We have like a Facebook group set up where we get together and do different things. And one of the things I do is run a team challenge. And each month we have different challenges. Sometimes they're colors, sometimes they're inspiration challenges. Like, for example, an inspiration challenge one time I did, go to your wardrobe, find a piece of clothing that you love, or maybe you love the print of it, and you design a card or a project using that material or that outfit as inspiration. And so that got us some really, really interesting ideas. Color challenges are always good because it makes people think maybe of things that they wouldn't normally use. Sketch challenges are always good, always good. This month, my team is doing a monochromatic challenge. So, I've got to come up with a card that's just basically using one color, and they're allowed to use metallics and they're allowed to use a neutral, but otherwise it's just all monochromatic. So those sorts of things are heaps of fun, and they really help people get inspired and come up with, start thinking about ideas. And that's what we like, right? All right, so I'm going to do these two, and I've pulled out a few things. First of all, we've got a tag. Now, there is a set that we have at the moment called Greetings of the Season. Everything I show you tonight, by the way, is available for purchase. Okay, so Greetings of the Season is great because it has some tag shapes. Okay, so, okay, this tag isn't the same shape as this one, but it doesn't have to be. But I could use, any of the tags that are in here, and I'm thinking, actually, I think I might just go with that one. That one's the one that I like the look of the best. This one would be good too. You could keep the bottom, and you could cut the bottom across straight if you wanted to, and then you've got your hole at the top to thread a bit of twine or ribbon or something through. All right, but I'm going to use this one. All right, so that's the first, and then we want to have a banner. I mean, this is super simple, but this is a banner going across at an angle. So for the banner, guess which ones I'm going to use, Sheila? Sheila knows. So this is the Stylish Shapes dies, and I love these. This one would be perfect. Look at that, going right across, just like this one is. Okay, so that probably, those two would work really, really well to give me this result. Okay, so I'm going to put those to a side, and then in a moment we'll decide what we want to put on it. And then we also have these ones here. So if we're going to do Humble Home, okay, Megan, you paying attention? I'm going to get you to choose whether you want the Humble Home on the card or the Humble Home on the tag. Which one do you want? You can let me know. Oh, you did the challenge of using something that you wear. Cool. So it's not just my idea. Your favorite jumper is the pink, white, and green rugby jumper with a number 9 on the back. So you made a T-shirt card. Fantastic. And you could have done like a 9th birthday card if it had 9 on it, right? Yeah, Stylish Shapes. Exactly right. You'd like it on the card. Okay, Megan, we'll do that. So this one, then we can choose whatever we like. And I think probably we would want to keep this one fairly simple. I'm thinking what colors I'd like to work with. Got a few choices, but let me quickly go back up and see if I missed any questions. Also, can I just suggest, you guys, if you guys ever have questions you want to ask me, just do it. And if I miss the question, someone usually reminds me and says, hey, so-and-so asked a question, and I go back up and have a look. So please do ask any questions about anything, either Stampin' Up related or cookie related or anything else that you'd like to know. Very, very happy for that. All right, so I'm going to use these two. Now the question will be, what colors and what designs do I want to work with? So I'm thinking something pretty simple for this one because it's going to be, a gift tag that we could add to like a gift bag or to a present. Either way, I'm a big fan of, I'm just deciding, I'm a big fan of crumb cake and white. And I think maybe that would be a lot of fun to work with. Or we can pick another neutral if we don't want to do crumb cake. But crumb cake and white always looks so good together. Grey granite and white looks good. those are really good options. But let me go to my scrap box, my scrap paper, and I'm going to grab some cardstock. And I'm thinking this one, I'm just going to cut this shape out. So while I'm there, I'm going to cut both of these. You guys just talk amongst yourselves while I get that happening. And I'm deciding if I'm going to use white. Okay. I'm thinking crumb cake white and gold. What do you think about that combo? Or we could throw some red in there, and that would maybe Christmas it up if we're going to have it as a Christmas one. So that might be nice. Now, I don't know if anyone saw this week, I did put up in my private group, the VIP group, I put in there that we would have, that the Changing Leaves bundle had come back in stock. Did anyone see that? And then almost within the 24-hour period, it was back out of stock again. So I'm thinking they must have got in a really small shipment because I did have a customer or two order it, but then it was gone again by the following day. So I was a bit sad about that because I had a few people who were sad that they couldn't order it. But don't worry, it's meant to be coming back in this week. All right, so yeah, hopefully that'll all be good. All right, so now I'm thinking, what will I do with this to make it look really cool underneath? And I've got a few ideas. I'm looking at my, well, this would be interesting as a Christmas idea. Huh. The Changing Leaves bundle of the stamp set, and the stamp set is still available. It's only the embossing folder and dies that are out. But if you wanted the bundle, obviously you can't get the bundle because those two are out. But you can still get this one. So we could do something with these beautiful leaves. That would really be lovely. That'd be nice. Another option is the one that I played around with, but doing it, coloring it. And I could use this, and that actually could be made to look quite Christmassy if I add some white. Use my blending brushes to add some white ink to this. That could look really beautiful. So there's a couple of good options because I want to have something going on behind here. Megan, oh, you guys, gingerbread is always edible, isn't it? When is it not edible? I guess when it's made into a card. You use crumb cake around Christmas time? Yep. Although I have to say pecan pie is kind of the perfect gingerbread color. I love pecan pie for gingerbread. All right, so I'm thinking about this one. But just bear in mind, you can buy the stamp set, but the dies and embossing folder are currently out. But Lovely and Sweet would look really nice as well. But I'm thinking I might just have this one going straight across here because this is really rather nice. The only thing is this one's easier to color, but maybe I won't do a lot of coloring given that I don't, this isn't really conducive to a lot of coloring. But I'm going to go with early espresso. So I'm adding more color than I probably thought I would use, but there we go. This is such a beautiful stamp. Isn't it a gorgeous stamp? Look at the detail in that. It's just beautiful. So nice. So because I've not used the stamp that's easy to color, it's not really a coloring one where this one would have been, but this one isn't. So I'm thinking maybe what I'll do instead is add some white around the edges. So give me a second. And I'm going to grab myself a blending brush. I've just got to find one that I can use for white. I actually need some new blending brushes because some of mine, like this, was white. Look at the color of it now. It's got all the colors of the rainbow because it's been in the drawer with all the other brushes. but that's okay. I'm just going to pull out my white ink and see if I can, we'll test it first on a piece of scrap to make sure it's going to look okay. Oh yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So I'm actually going to come in here and I'm going to add some white around the edges. And this will just look really pretty. Now I'm not worried about the middle of it because that's where the banner is going to go. But I'm just going to come around here and do this. I love white and crumb cake. They look so classy together. Now, it's a bit tricky for me to get in between these leaves. I don't really have to, but right, what do we think about that? I'm just going to give my glass mat of white because I've got what is this? White ink everywhere. Just clean that up. All right, so that's looking really nice already. Just that little bit of, look how nice it is. I mean, how easy was that to do? Isn't that easy? Yes, you could use a cotton bud in between the leaves, or you could use a blender pen, which is probably what my preference would be. Partly because I have blender pens here, and partly because I don't have any cotton buds right now. Let me see if I've got one that's already been used for white rather than getting one out that hasn't. Give me a second. All right, so that's a brand new one. I don't want to use that. I want to use one I've already used. All right, that one's been used for white before, so I'm gonna. All right, so the easiest way to pick up the color with a blending brush, in my opinion, is to grab a small block and then dip it into the white, and then you're going to pick up the ink from the block. So this is another way to get in. But I kind of like the soft, and like I said, I'm not going to go all the way up there because the banner is going to go across there. So it's going to, gives us a bit of an idea. And we probably don't need to do very much, to be honest, because it kind of gives us the effect of it just being around the outside, and that's kind of nice. Blender pens are good for all kinds of colouring. You can use them in lots of different ways, in lots of different situations. But I use mine a lot. All right, that might nearly be enough. Let me just come a little bit closer to that line there. All right, that might be enough. Look at that. I think it is. All right. I'm just going to clean that off. I just clean my block off just in my scrub, the same as I would a stamp. Now, I know this is not a Christmas stamp, but I think we can make this look quite Christmassy, and I'm tempted to use a Christmas greeting on it. So let's go with the Peaceful Season set. Has got all these great different greetings, and I'm particularly like this one, A Season of Wonder and Happiness. That's the one I've been using more than any of the others. You could use a good Merry Christmas. There's a really nice Merry Christmas in the reindeer set. Does everyone know the one I'm talking about? That one there, that Merry Christmas. That would be a really nice one here as well. Actually, which one should we use? Let's have a vote. Do we want Merry Christmas on our tag, or do we want A Season of Wonder and Happiness? This one. Either of those are going to look really good. So which one, guys? A white coloured pencil and crumb cake? Yeah, that's another good option. Very, very good. I'm waiting for a vote. Oh, Merry Christmas. First person is Barbara. Hi, thanks, Barbara. Okay, Merry Christmas it is. So that's our reindeer set. I love this Merry Christmas. It's got like these little scrolly, the scrolly bits on the R's and the S's like that. And this one says Christmas is better together. This one says may all your days be full of cheer. I think the Merry Christmas, though, is the one I'm using on repeat. All right, so let's pop that straight down here. Grab myself a block, pop my block on, and I'm going to go cherry cobbler. We're going to go and put some Christmas into this with some red. All right, so I'm going to ink that up just gently, and I'm going to, hang on, I've got to stand up so I can see how straight it is. There we go. Nice Merry Christmas. That's going to go straight across here. I'm going to use a couple of dimensionals behind here, and then I'm going to show you what ribbon we're going to use. I know which ribbon I'm using. Does anyone want to guess which ribbon I'm using? Which one? I know which one is going to look fantastic with this. So I'm going to put these right about here, not too close to the edges, because this tag is longer than this is wide. So I'm going to have that right about there, like that. Yeah, you're right, Leanne. Exactly right. Leanne guessed it. Now that one was out of stock, but I believe it's come back in. So if you have been waiting on that one, I believe it's back in. So it's from the Season of Elegance suite, and it's the Cherry Cobbler and Gold ribbon. Really, really nice. Trying to get the ends there. I'm going to use my ribbon scissors, and I'm going to cut this probably about 10, 15 centimeters. If you cut it on an angle, it's less likely to fray, but this is not particularly bad for fraying, this ribbon anyway. Now what I do is I fold it in half, and then I grab my ribbon here at the folded point, and I put one of those edges through the hole from top to bottom, bring this down, put my finger through, and then pull that through. Now the red with the gold, how beautiful is that? Isn't that lovely? It's like a satin ribbon, and it ties really nicely because this is a really good width. All right, so I'm just going to trim both those. Trim them off. All right, and I'm going to call that a finished tag, although it needs some bling, don't you think? Shall we add a little bit of gold? I think that might be good. All right, these are the matching from the same suite. These are from the Season of Elegance suite as well, and they are called Gold Textured Dots, I think. Let me double check that, though, if I can get it out of the packet. Yeah, Gold Textured Adhesive Backed Dots is what they're called. And you get, this is actually a full pack plus another leftover part of a leftover pack. So I'm going to add one down here, and then we'll do a couple of small ones. So there's small, medium, and large in here. Just going to add a couple of smallies. One there, and another little guy up here. There we go. Just like that. There we go. So that's our first one. I think just adding that bit of white around this makes it look just a little bit more elegant, don't you? It kind of looks chalky, and I really rather like that. So there we go. That's our little tag straight from the sketch on page 16 of your mini catalogs. So definitely grab your minis out if you're not sure, if you're not feeling inspired and you're looking for inspiration, go and pull these sketches out. They're so helpful. So this is the very first one, and that's the one that we've just done. Okay, so it looks totally different when it's made up, doesn't it? I like it. All right, let me put a couple of these things away. Most of what I do when I'm here on a Friday night, I put it away by the next day. If you guys want to hang around tonight, I'm actually going to show you a bit of new stuff. Who's ready for some new stuff? Because we have some new online exclusives coming next month, and I've ordered quite a few to use for my team retreat this month. But I can't hold off until next month just to show you everything. I've got to start showing you a few things now. So yes, please, said Barbara. Sheila said me. Awesome. No worries. Has anyone watching already purchased, demonstrators who've already purchased some new product for the new online exclusives? That is one of the perks of being a demonstrator, is actually getting stuff early, like myself. which is really good because I can never wait that long for product. So it's really good being able to get my hands on it early. All right, greetings of the season dies. Let me put that away. All right. Okay. Right, so then we move on to the card here. Now, Megan said, could we please use Humble Home? We sure can, Megan. That's no problems. But now I need to work out. You see there's an oval here. And one of the things I've realized is I don't have very many ovals, okay? I don't, there's not much. Now, the only actual oval I could find is in the Unbounded Loves dies, and I thought it was a bit small. I think this one takes up a little bit more of the card, and I thought this one might be too small, but I got it out to show you anyway. So, like, that would be this size. And it would work. We could make it work, but I feel like I want something a little bit bigger in that space. So that's a possibility. So we'll put it to one side. And then what else do we have? Country Corners. Oh, I did get that one out. So we're in alignment, Cherie. Excuse me. We're in alignment because I did pull that one out. Now I thought, well, it doesn't have to be an oval. We can use other shapes that are similar, right? So in the everyday details, I thought I could use, if I wanted to, I could use a rectangle. And the rectangle's got like these little dots all the way around. So that could be cool. We could use a rectangle instead of an oval. So that's a possibility. So let's put those to one side. I pulled out other shapes that I thought would work. Oh, you know what? That's really smart, Roz. Agreed. Have they shut down postal services and so forth? I thought of this one. I thought of this shape, but that's a little bit long and skinny. So I'm deciding right now that I don't want to use that one. That's the Iconic Imagery dies. No, not doing that one. Nested Essentials has some rounded corner rectangles that you could kind of work. The coffins. I know which ones you mean. That's the Nested Essentials, but that wasn't the one I was thinking of using. Well, we might wait for Halloween for that one. What do you think? You mean these? I had never thought that they reminded me of coffins until someone in this group put that up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't unsee that now. Right, but I could use maybe the rectangle dies with the rounded corners. That could substitute nicely for an oval. So that was a possibility. Yeah, that's what Sheila's saying as well. Your order could end up anywhere. You got the Happy Hibiscus bundle, Leslie. Yay, me too. I got that one. I think it's going to be, I'm thinking about maybe that's one of the contenders for next month's Zoom class is the Happy Hibiscus. I think that might be a good one. And then the Wildflower Designs. This is a really nice shape. So this is it's not an oval, but it's a scallopy shape. And I thought this one might be a go. So this is a hot contender, right? What are you laughing at, Jamie? They look like coffins. They do, I know. And it never occurred to me until someone in this group told me so. And I'm like, oh my goodness. They didn't shut them down, but in some areas, yes. Okay, I understand. Was it you, Cherie? Of course it was you. All right, so then there's the Countryside Corners, as you mentioned. And you could go a bigger size and have this one, or we could go a little bit smaller and have this one. So either of those two would work in place of an oval as well. So I've got a lot of shapes I could use instead of an oval. I think they were the main ones that I pulled out. And I think, yeah, they're all the ones I pulled out at the moment. I mean, I could also use the stylish shapes and do a circle or a square, but I thought something long rather than squarish would be better. Yeah, the coffins. I know, isn't that funny? It's hilarious. But hey, that does mean that that set is going to be great come Halloween. And I don't do Halloween or buy Halloween sets normally, but I'm suddenly, inspired to think maybe we should have a coffin challenge. Maybe. Oh dear. Oh, your grandkids call them coffins or vampire beds. Well, that's cute too. Yes. I didn't think of that either. Oh my goodness, you guys have got much more imagination than I do. You bought the Happy Hibiscus bundle too, Nairi. Yeah, I think that's going to be really popular, that one. That's one, like I said, that's one of the ones I'm thinking about for the Zoom class, for those of you who have it. So that could be a bit of fun. You could cut the oval in half and make bigger as the house would hide the gap. That's a cool idea. So good point. So maybe I pull these all out and we see the one I'm leaning towards at the moment is the Wildflower Designs one. So let's see how the house would look on that. I think that might look quite cool. So let's get my Humble Home out and we're going to create with that because that's what Megan has requested. I absolutely love this bundle. I've been using it over and over, but I've nearly every time I've done it on, done it with cherry cobbler or a gingerbread house. So I've only used a few different colors and I'm thinking yes, Leslie, we are going to go with Wildflower. I agree. I think that's a good one. But I'm thinking maybe we should do it in different colors. Would that be a good idea? I mean, we could do will we do the brick house? Or, I mean, this one to me is crying out to be a gingerbread house. So I almost feel like I have to do a gingerbread house with that one. This one, you could make it any color. So what did Rose say? The card used a tab punch folded in half for a bowl of fruit. Looks like big knickers. Oh, that's hilarious. You guys. All right. So I'm definitely going to do this, but I think because you can see how big this is actually going to fit really rather nicely on there. Look at that. That'll be a really good size for this house. Okay, perfect. That's the way we're going to go. But now I need to choose my colors. So are we going to make this a Christmassy kind of a thing, or maybe we don't do a Christmas one. Maybe tonight I use this because we've got all these other greetings that aren't necessarily Christmas. So maybe we do something different with this. So okay, so I'm thinking about going with the brick house and I'm going to pop that on a block. So just block D here. But the question is, what color do I want to do it? I'm quickly going to have a look and see if they've used any other interesting colors in. I mean, if I had a house, what color would I want it to be? Actually, if I was to repaint this house, I would repaint it a light gray probably, but it has a blue roof, like a navy blue roof, which I think would look really nice with that. But I don't think I want to go with a grey house for my card. So Humble Home, they've pretty much stuck to Christmas colours here. So they've mostly used, they've got the red brick house with the pecan pie roof. They've got a basic beige house here. They've got a petal pink house here. That's interesting. I love the Everyday Detail styles. Do you have those ones, Jamie? I have a feeling you might. Do I have the modern oval punch? Yes, I do. I could have used that for an oval. Didn't think of that, Marilyn. You're clever. Look on the cover. Well, we have some different houses here. We've got grey, beige, crumb cake, and then a coloured beige. We have a red one. So, yeah, those are all colours I've done. I feel like I want to do a card and I want to do a different colour. So I'm looking at my inks right now to see what colour I would like to do. And then we can play around with, what if we did a Lost Lagoon house with a pretty peacock roof? What if we did that? Would that work for everybody? And then I'd have to work out, so I've already got a card base here left over from another project I was working on earlier and then forgot to use the card base. So I've got that ready to go. So good. Excellent. What do you guys think? Shall we? Why not, says Sheila. Balmy blue. Oh, balmy blue is a good idea. Okay, Roz. Yep. Okay. You've changed my mind. Balmy blue it is. Okay. If we're doing a balmy blue house, we'll probably have a night of navy roof. So there we go. I'm thinking, what papers have I got that work with these colours? I don't know, but we'll find out. We shall find out. All right. So I'm going to ink this up. And because it's quite a solid stamp, I could just stamp it on here and it'd probably be fine, but I'm going to just not risk it and I'm going to use a matte underneath because it's very solid. So I'm just going to use my piercing pad and let's pop that right down. You always, when you're inking up and stamping this, if you're going to punch it out, you always want to have it down near the bottom so that you can reach in with the punch, because you need to come, the entrance for the punch is here at the top. So that means it needs to be down the bottom. So if you put it too high up, obviously that's not going to work. Now I'm going to make my house. Some of you may have seen the tips and tricks video I did for this stamp set a couple of weeks ago. That was a Technique Tuesday video. And one of the things we did was show how to do the chimney in brick. Okay, so I could leave, well, up to me. If I want to leave my roof white, I can make a blue chimney, or if I want to actually add a navy blue roof, that will do the chimney. Although I could mask that off if I wanted to do my chimney. Let's do that. Haven't tried doing that one. Haven't tried that way, but I'm going to give it a shot and we'll see what happens. So I'm popping this on a block. All right, I'm going to grab some washi tape. So give me a second while I dig up some of that. Oh, I've got some old washi tape. This is, do you guys remember this? The glitter washi tape we had a year or two ago. And I'm going to put that here over the chimney. Just going to, and I'm going to add a little bit more. I want to cover the whole chimney. Right, so I've actually masked that off. Okay, can everyone see what I've done there? I've put my masking tape over the top of the chimney. And then I'm going to go into my Night of Navy ink. And I'm going to ink this up. And then I'm going to take off my washi tape. So now there's no ink on that chimney. And I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to get over the top of it. And I'm going to colour that in. So now I have a navy roof. But I should still have a white chimney. See that? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab myself a piece of white paper. I'm going to put it right on that line, that stamping edge. And I'm going to grab my house, my brick again, and I'm going to mask the rest of the house off and make myself a brick chimney. Does everyone see what I'm doing? So we're going to pop that there. I'm going to... Now, because you see how it's got a little bit of white there, I won't do that again. Actually, I probably could. But see how there's a little bit of a gap? That's because where I masked it, I should have come back a little bit further because there's always a gap because where you've got the piece of masking paper is it's slightly higher there. So when you stamp this bit, there's a little bit of a gap on the edge there. So we could kind of let me see. I'm just going to use a little bit of my blending pen with a little bit of the Balmy Blue, and I'm just going to colour in that edge so no one will ever know that there was a gap. So that's one way to fix a little mistake. If now you can barely see it, you really need to be looking. Can you see that? You'd really need to be looking to see that gap now. Isn't it annoying when people say use? I once had a girl come up to me in a restaurant, you know, can I get use anything? I'm like, oh, please don't do that. Please don't. All right, so this is how this is going to look. Now I've got to decide what I want to put on here. I can do the I can cut out the door and the windows, and we can put a door and windows on here, which would be a bit of fun. Or I could put on a heart, and a heart would be really nice. So I have this heart, and we could pop that. We could pop that on some glitter paper. I don't know what color. I mean, I could go red, but I don't know if I want to go red or not. Maybe now's the time to start thinking about what colors, Balmy Blue and Navy, what color paper will I use for that? So I'm just looking to see what I've got here. It won't take me long, don't worry. We have, I know what paper maybe. I mean, we could do something with this citrusy paper. This one would work. Let me just see if what else I have. I think I have some Barney Blue in there as well. Okay. Not sure what I've done with that, but I'm going to get a piece of Barney Blue cardstock. And let's cut this to size. Let me not lose all these bits and pieces. All right, so I'm going to, oh, goodness me. All right, where to put my trimmer? I'm having one of those nights. I had the, oh, here it is, underneath a pile of stuff, because that's how it works around here. All right, so I'm going to make this 10. By 14.3. Oh, the color wheel's on your list. Yes, I'm excited about the color wheel. I think it's going to be such a great tool. So everyone probably knows we have the color wheel that's in the catalog, and it's fantastic. It really is. Now let me have a quick look. I'm looking at the sketch again to see how I'm going to be working with this. So I'm going back to page 16, and let's see. So we've got our shape. We're using the 6. I was going to say hexagon, but it's not a hexagon. It's 6-sided. From this sketch here on page 16, we've got like a little bit of a word thing happening here. We also have a strip going across. Now I wonder if I could just have this going across. This maybe on some white. That might look really nice. Actually, I think I have a plan. So there we go. So let's make this. I'm thinking how wide to make this. Probably, I'm going to cut off a piece. I'm going to make this the same width as my Barney Blue piece, and probably about 5 centimeters. Yeah, I think 5. We can always cut it down if it's too wide. All right, so that's going to go across here, and then our piece here, I think I will do in white. So let me cut that. I'm just going to grab some white cardstock and quickly cut that. Now, this is actually an interesting die because it cuts the frill. It's not one piece. It's going to be 2 pieces. So you'll see what I mean in a second. So when you cut it, it cuts. There's a cut line here as well as a cut line on the outside. So it pulls this piece comes out, and then this piece is underneath that. So our house is still going to fit quite nicely on here. This is going to look really good, actually. You guys are very clever. Thanks for inspiring me. Okay, so this is how the house is going to look. Okay, now this piece can be any color. We could do it. I could run it through again, and I could use the white and put the white down and have this piece probably on dimensionals inside that white frame. Or I can have this a different color, like cut it again in silver, cut it again in Night of Navy. So we've got some options. What do you guys think? Let's see what it looks like in the white, and then we'll make up our minds. Yeah, it's a great set, Donna. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It has definitely, with my customers, has been the top selling set from the mini for me. I don't know if that's official, like for everybody else as well, but for me it has been. More of these with sob, and I think everyone loves the versatility of a punch. All right, so this is how that's going to look, but I'll put this bit in the middle on dimensionals. If we stick with the white, probably move it up slightly to give you an idea. All right, but then if we're going to have a little greeting here, as per where the sketch is, actually I don't think I will. I think I'd rather stamp directly onto my and in fact I might even put this in the middle. I'm changing it up. See, this is what happens. You start working with a sketch and then you decide you like certain things better. So do we stick with the white, or do we you prefer a color? Okay, maybe too much white. Well, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a blending brush and put some color behind here as well. So, all right, but I can take that off. Silver or navy? That is my question. Silver or navy for our frilly little piece. This is what it looks like without the frill. I would put that on dimension also. I think if I didn't have the frill, I might put it to one side, like more like what the sketch is. All right. Silver, navy. Different people are talking. Megan was first with navy and Leslie too. So, okay. So I'm going to cut one of these in navy. So give me 1 second and I'll do that now. Navy is such a versatile color, don't you think? It's a color I come back to over and over again, and I'm so glad. At first, when they put it in the neutrals, I was confused because it used to be illegal, and I didn't understand why it was in the neutrals. But now I do understand because I use it as a neutral. I use it all the time. Right. So I've got my. You can see when you cut this, this piece tends to stay behind in the die, so you just need to use these little holes, and that helps push the whole thing out. All right. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this piece onto, we're ignoring the other side because obviously we're not using the oranges. We're using the navy side. Thanks for the suggestion to go balmy blue. I appreciate that. It's a good choice. All right, I'm going to have this right around halfway. Doesn't matter if it's not exact. And if you want to check, what you can do is put this straight on your grid paper and then make sure that it's the same, it's on the same line on both sides. And it is, but sometimes you need to just confirm that. All right, so I'm thinking I'm going to have this here, and I am actually going to stamp on the base because I think that'd be nice. And I'm actually going to put some Tombow just here and there. I don't really need this to be glued down super well. I just want it to stay in place. It just needs to hold. All right, so this is going to go right about here. I'm listening with one ear. My husband's in the next room, supposedly watching TV, but there's no sound, and I'm suspecting that he's fast asleep in the lounge room chair, probably with a cat in his lap, because that's what happened. That's how we roll around here. All right, so this is how this is looking. Now I've got this here. I'm actually going to move it. And will it be a problem? I don't think so. Now, if there is any adhesive left where we can see it, we can get that with an adhesive remover. So, yeah, I like it a little bit higher up. Right, now this one here, I'm going to grab a blending brush and one that's been used for navy before. Or we could use Misty Moonlight too. So I'm going to do a test run with this first because I don't want it to be too dark. It should be okay. And I'm starting in the middle where it's going to be hidden, and I'm just going to bring my color up and down. Now don't worry if there's a bit of smudgy marks. A lot of this is going to be hidden, so we don't need to worry about that. Just keep going and it will kind of smooth out. Right. That's okay. Happy enough with that. That's going to end up on here. Actually, I might go the other way because I like it better at the bottom. So that's better. Like about that. Okay. Just a little bit of colour to lift it. Actually, it's not enough. A little bit more at the bottom. That's better. That's better. Okay. I can't help myself. I've got to keep going until I'm satisfied with it. All right, so this is going to go on dimensionals. So 1, 2, and 1 up in the pointy end. And I still haven't decided how I'm going to decorate the house, but I'm coming back to that. All right, that looks okay. And then I'm going to pop that on dimensionals. Oh, that's not good, Nicole. Are you okay? You know what? Anyone can fall at any time, and it always shakes you up. You know, you never expect it to happen, and it's such a shock when it does. All right, so that's going to go up there. So now, see how it's looking better now that it's starting to get a bit of dimension going? All right, I'm leaning towards a heart. What do you guys think? Did anyone say earlier? I missed if anyone said they voted for that the windows and door, or whether you preferred a heart. I'm leaning towards a heart. So I have a stamp here, and I'm deciding what color I would like my heart to be. I'm looking. I've got some different glimmer papers, and I'm just looking to see if any of them will match. So I've got purple that won't really match. I've got pretty peacock. That's not right. We did have some white, but I don't know that we still do. I don't know if that's current. I've got the in-colour glimmer papers. Got plenty of that. I've got gold. Actually, is gold even current at the moment? I'm not sure if it is. Let me see. I'm doing a search. Now, sometimes if you aren't sure what's current and what's not, the best thing to do is to go and do a search in the store. And if you type in the word glimmer, all the different glimmer papers should come up. So do any of these look like they'd be the go? Oh, we still have the Berry Burst Old Olive and White, because the white would be really nice on here. Don't you think? Don't you think the white would be nice? We could put it in the middle of our house. But I don't know if I have any left. So, you think the heart? Navy heart. Oh, okay. So not glitter paper. Well, we could do that. The only thing is I don't have the right size heart. I mean, I could stamp this and cut it out. That's what I did when I was using the glimmer paper. But I could also sneak you something new. Should we sneak something new? So here's a new bundle that's coming up next month. I'm not a big heart person, but for the house, I love a little heart with a house. This is a new bundle that's coming up next month. So from I think it's the 4th of November, you can get this. So this is like the cute little heart here. You've got I love this little rose. The rose is fabulous, and really, really nice words that would work well for cards, and also some of them for scrapbooking pages, like My Heart Belongs to You. That'd be great on the scrapbook page. Love You is great on the scrapbook page. So yeah, some really cool little sayings. But the dies have lots of hearts. So there are some really nice ones. But this one here, that is a bit big, do you think? Or do you think we would get away with it? Because there's also, obviously some of these hearts are way too big. That's the smallest one. But do you think it's too big? Or do you think we would get away with that? It's borderline, isn't it? The rose on the house. Ooh, that one's in your cart. Oh, no, Maria, that's not good. Oh, dear, how painful. That's very painful by the sound of things. You think it looks okay? Too big, says Glenda. Too big, says Suzanne. Okay. Well, And Megan says she thinks it looks okay. Well, this one is a little bit smaller. So if I was to stamp this and cut it out by hand, I could do that. But it's at least you got to see the hearts, right? Everyone else thinks it's too big. It probably would look good in the sparkle white paper. I just don't think I have any left. I think I've used it all, which is very sad if that's the case. I also have the vellum, but the problem with the vellum is it's see-through and we wouldn't be able to, I don't know if that would work for us or not. Of course, you know, if we had Leslie here with her 19 packs of silver and gold paper, we could do silver. Never let it live. Never let you live it down, Leslie. Or I'm looking to see if I have any more white, because I did have some of that, but I just don't know if I have any left. I have the green left in that set and the pink, the berry burst, but I think I used all the whites. I'm just currently dumping out packs of glitter paper and dumping them on the floor in the hope that I'll find some of the white. And, you know, that's what later is for, to clean up, right? Dump. Well, I do have silver. Now, I don't believe this is current, and I don't like using things that aren't current. I do have a little disclaimer in my in the description below the video that says, so this is what the silver would look like. That says, everything I show you is available for purchase unless I tell you otherwise. This is no longer around, this one. So, so silver glitter, or I could do silver foil. Silver foil is available, but the silver glitter isn't. What do you think, Megan? I'm letting you choose, seeing as I know you're the one who loves this house so much. What do you think? Silver glitter. Okay, got it. All right. Well, I'm gonna do that with that little heart, and let's see how it goes. I think it'll look nice. It will be lovely. I just can't sell you the silver glitter paper because it's currently unavailable. It's not available. It's been retired. All right. So here's our little heart, and here it is all cut out. Now with the glitter paper, you don't see the dots around the edge unless you look really closely. It's actually kind of hard to see. You can kind of just see them. But I do like it. I think that's really rather nice. Yes, exactly. You might all have some in your stash. All right, I'm going to whack a couple of dimensionals behind here because that's what we do. We like to add dimension. So 1 and 2. And then I'm going to pop that right there in the middle. So we used a sketch, but we kind of changed it up, didn't we? And I'm actually going to use a sponge dauber. Let me see if I've got one that's a bluey color. Yeah, that one's close. That one's not bad. So I'm going to use that one with my navy ink, and I'm going to go around the edge as well. So fairly simple card, but we've added a lot of bits and pieces to it here and there. So we've complicated it, that's for sure. But it was fun. I'm just adding a bit of sponging all the way around so that it'll just make the edges of this look like someone cares. Now, I did start to mention before, I was telling you how one of the perks of being a demonstrator is getting your hands on stuff early. So I'm going to show you one more thing from this Hearts of Elegance set. And that is the beautiful paper. It's called Marbled Elegance. It's actually the name of the suite, but it's absolutely beautiful. And I'm thinking, what greeting from our Humble Home set will we put? Something smallish here. I could do a thank you. I could do, how about a welcome? Let's do a welcome. There's also a welcome home. So, you know, it could be someone who's been away, or it could be somebody, you know, who's maybe moving into a new house, or this set is really versatile. All right, so I'm going to whack that there. I'm going to grab my navy ink again. Welcome. You think so, Katrina? Good choice. Then I picked right. All right, so I'm going to hold this straight and we're going to pop that right about there. Like that. It's nice, this one, isn't it? What won't I be offended by? Sorry. All right, I'm just going to add some bling to this. We've got a few choices. We've got navy opal rounds. Those would look really good, don't you think? Or we could go with the white ones. And there's also the clear gems. Those would be nice because they've got kind of a silvery look to them. I'm leaning towards some navy ones. Do you guys think so? Oh, I know, that's really sad. I've only had Merlot in the car when he came here to live. He just cried all the way here, and I was so sad for him. But he, obviously he's happier now. But gosh, I'm deciding, do I want them on here or do I want them up here? I think I want them up here. All right, that looks good. We've got our basic white card base that I folded earlier. So I'm going to pop that right on there. I actually really like this card, guys. This turned out great. Thank you for all your help. You know when you make a card and you go, ooh, I really like that. I really like this one. But then it's blue. What's not to like? I love any time. It reminds me of my mum. My mum's favourite colour was blue. And so she would have liked this card, I'm sure. Which reminds me, I have a friend who... I'm expecting a baby boy in the family today, and I haven't heard how it went. I'm getting nervous. I want to hear. All right, that's my little card made from the sketch, the first card sketch on page 16 of the mini catalogue. What do you think, guys? Do you like that? All right, so we have two projects that we've made tonight. Now, I am going to show you this paper because I thought you'd like to see it. I've also got a kit I want to show you guys, but I think I'll show you that on Sunday night. But here we go. This paper is called Marbled Elegance, and this is part of the same suite as this stamp set and those heart dies. Okay, so this is the paper, and it is a specialty paper. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out. Gosh, my desk is such a mess. Oh, well. There's just stuff everywhere. That's okay. That's what tomorrow's for, to clean up, right? All right, so I'm going to open this up. It's called, like I said, Marbled Elegance, and it will be available from early November. So I think it's going to be pretty popular. So this is the side with the roses, which I actually really like. This is the B side. This is the plain side, which isn't that beautiful. And then the other side, how gorgeous this is. Oh, my goodness. Now, if you feel like oohing and ahhing, that's completely fine. I don't know. I think I'm exceptionally messy, Megan. I think I'm what's the word? Above average. That's what I am when it comes to messiness. This paper is stunning. Okay, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it is gorgeous. I agree, Nicole. And so if the colors in this is Melon Mambo, there's Real Red, there's Poppy Parade, there's all different reds and things. If you're looking for the colors, those are listed on the packaging. Okay, so Cherry Cobbler, Flirty Flamingo, which is like a lighter pink, Melon Mambo, which is your hot pink, Petal Pink, really light, Poppy Parade, Real Red, and Gold. Gold, of course, you can see flecked through here. So one side of these papers have the gold fleck, and the other side has the plain. Okay, but I still like the plain side as well. So there's those two. Some of them are a mixture, like this one, of pinks and reds together, right? And then on the back of that one, we've got like leaves in red. See if I can bring them up so you can see how nice they are. It's almost shiny, this paper, but it's just beautiful. Okay, so you've got gold flecks through that side there. Then you've got like just a little fleck design on one side, and the other side, ta-da! This one reminds me, this looks like strawberry ice cream, like strawberry swirl, don't you think? Something like that. Love it. So beautiful. This side has the flecks again, but this time in the pink, in the melon mambo. And then the other side is your pink. So your flirty flamingo is here, this color, and on the very edge you got some petal pink there. So you got your hot pink, which is the melon mambo, flirty flamingo, which is quite a lot lighter, and then a little bit of petal pink on the edges. Does anyone remember the Waves of the Ocean paper that we used to have going back, I think, a couple of years ago? And it was very similar to this swirly paper design, but in blues and greens. It's probably my favorite paper of all time. I like this one too, but I'm a blue-green girl, so those colors are absolutely my absolute favorite. And that was my raspberry ripple. Exactly, Sheila. That's right. It does look a bit like a cut celery head. In fact, did you know that if you've got some kids and you're wanting to entertain them for an afternoon, and you maybe don't have all your stamps handy, you can cut the bottom off a stump of celery and use it to stamp on paper, and it looks like flowers. So there's a tip for you. Oh, yeah, you still have it? I used all mine up. Mine's all gone. It's such beautiful paper, Megan. And this one's got like little hearts. Can you see the hearts? Super, super cute. And then the other side is more red this time. And you've got your gold pieces through. The paper is divine, okay? Used to do that for Craft at Kids Play. That's such a cool thing, Janine. So this paper is also coming out with that set. I'm not going to show you everything today, but I'm going to show you a few things over the next few weeks. So, oh, I could give you a run for your money, Megan. Mind you, I don't hang on to all my stamp sets. I do move those on, but when it comes to paper, I have so much. It's ridiculous. So I know the paper's beautiful. Well, Katrina's heading off. All right, and I need to do the same. So let's quickly pull our two cards out. What did you think? Well, a tag and a card. Did you have a favorite tonight? I'm going to guess that probably the card is the favorite, only because we put probably more energy into that one. The tag was very simple. But, yeah, I love hearing which ones you enjoy and what you like to watch. You like the house. Well, of course you do, Megan. Did we have something like that last year? Do you mean the paper that I just showed you? The Waves of the Ocean paper, which was, yeah, probably about 2 years ago now. Katrina's off. I'm heading off too. So let me come back and look you guys in the face. Here I am. The last thing I want to tell you guys before I go is don't forget, if you haven't yet joined as a demonstrator and you've been thinking about it, this month there's an awesome deal on. Okay, fantastic special. For those of you who are demonstrators, you know how good this is. You get $469, $286 worth of product until the end of this month. Okay, so it's always a good deal, but even better than usual. You can pick whatever you like. There's free shipping, and it also comes to you with other, all the basics to get you started, basically. So I hope you made a card, Ellen. Awesome. We should all do that one night. I'll have everybody make a card. The marble DSP from Celebration. Yes, we did have some of that. There's also some nice marbled paper in the, is it Latte Love or Whole, what's that paper called? Is it Latte Love or Whole Lotta Latte or something like that? Somebody will be able to tell me. I think there's some swirly paper in that too. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm really glad that you joined us. So thank you for a lovely night. All right, you guys. Well, this is Friday, so tomorrow's my day off. Then Sunday night, I'm back with you again, same time, same place. I hope you can join us. If you have any questions about anything that I've told you tonight, anything at all, please reach out. I will, in the description below the YouTube video, I'll have my contact details and also, of course, my shop details if there's anything you'd like to purchase that you've seen. So have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you all back again Sunday night. Bye, guys. Have a good one.